I don't have issue with the soft girl life. I also practice soft girl life. Yeah, but I think there's this one that the pick me patriarchal princesses are promoting. That soft girl life that means to be financially dependent on a man. Someone was talking about balance. I don't understand. Why can't you have soft life? Yeah, and you have a career. What stops you from having a soft life? In fact, what stops you from even having a job that doesn't stress you, so you can have a soft life, so you can treat yourself? But this whole idea that you people are trying to make it like there's something wrong with a woman being able to do things herself. So some of you then try to promote the stay-at-home wife and mom issue. There is no problem. I believe in people having their choice. But what's the aim of this video? The aim of this video is for me to review that it's a fallacy. You are not having any softer life. You are doing something in return. You don't have it all because it's not a better option. And you know why? Because when people are promoting it, you are not ever saying it's your choice. You are doing it to like throw shade. So yeah, so let me also share the other side of it. You are not having it better. Mrs. has a provider man. This morning you just attended to 3 piles of clothes. Last night you prepared 5 different soup and stored in the freezer for your provider man. So what I see here is what I'm wondering what soft life you have, because what I see here is that you exchange commercial work for domestic work, and along the line in the video I'm going to reveal why you ladies subscribe for that, and yes, why you don't have both. Yeah, because you will be claiming a princess treatment and all that, and trying to deny the perks, the other side of it. You're also having men that don't do chores with you, and you women are actually a problem to women empowerment and general problem to womankind, because we are here advocating that domestic labor that women put out should be recognized, and women are doing a lot of unpaid labor, sometimes suggesting that men should get involved and also saying that women should be paid for it. But here you are coming to tell us that when you are doing that, you're having soft life. You are showing us your Dubai trip. Okay, yes, we see that. But you are making denying that your man doesn't pick his clothes from the ground. You are the one doing it. Or is it because you don't think you can negotiate it? Spare us. But I don't even understand. Is it a crime to you to afford my trip? When you that has someone to do that for you also means that person is controlling you and you don't really have your freedom. And there's another thing again that people are ignoring, is that you have a choice. You are ignoring the fact that you have a choice. I mean, there was an era women had this life that you wanted to have. Why did they then fight for independence? Yeah, you can go back to that era. The only thing at the end of the day, I think that the world should be divided so that we can have community for, your types, and we have community for our own type with our own type of men and your own type of men, so that we can all be with like minds. And I'll come back to that, because there are women currently in our world in environments where they are depending on men and they don't have a choice, and everything that comes with it. They can't travel as they like. They are told what to wear. They can't come out on the street. You can travel, you can go to Jamaica and come back as you like. You can do anything you like, or you can just choose that, oh no, you don't want to stress yourself. You have that choice. And then you don't say you want to be a stay-at-home woman or wife, mother, like a choice. You say it to bash the women empowerment movement. That is where I'm even having issue with that your ignorance. Because it also reminds me of the story of the Israelites, the new generation that came after those ones that knew God, that built relationship with Him. So, God was not acting in favor of those current generation. He was doing it in reference of the promises, the covenant he had with their ancestors, right? So these people that were not the ones that built the relationship with the God, anytime they've been rescued, but anytime they were facing any challenge, they're very quick to insult the God and the messenger. They'll tell him, why did you come and rescue us? That's why it's very important for people to pay for anything that they get. Why did you come and rescue us? Or they should know the importance of it. Don't give it to them freely. They abuse it. It's good for people to pay for what they get, as in it's important for people to know the importance, the value of what they are getting, otherwise they'll take it for granted. So this may remind me of the those new generation Israelites. They'll be like, why did you come and save us from the land of slavery? Did we send you? Is it not better we eat off the crumbs that fall off from the tables of Pharaoh and all that than to be in this wilderness and rotting and all that? They were saying that out of ingratitude. So that's what these women remind me of. So another thing again with being dependent on another person, not just a man, first of all, is that it comes with disrespect. So please, I don't subscribe to it. And you see this thing playing out even when you are an adult child living with your parents. You see that if you are feeding off them and all that, they are still catching for you see that they will be disrespectful to you, and not that their treatment necessarily change, because now you are an adult, you then become sensitive to some things. But you see that if you are providing in that house, the way they'll be treating you will be different. They'll even be listening to you, they'll be taking your suggestion, they'll even be seeking your opinion in things. And it happens the same too in men and women's relationship. That's why in some places in Africa, you will just see them start saying, okay, maybe the woman is, she has bewitch the man or something. But what they might not know is that perhaps that woman is the backbone of that family, even though they are maybe painting it like the man is the provider. So that is why automatically he's listening to her. So that is also the reason I cannot subscribe to it, because I know the disrespect it comes with. What I believe in, what I subscribe in is co-independence, that's interdependency and all that. And what it usually means is that I can live on my own, you can live on your own, but we are together because we are better together. Given the disrespect it comes with, right, and the fact that some women are okay with that, it's just a situation where some women's value are already down, like they've already taken them, and as most of them have been, and it's the way some of them have been raised, they've been indoctrinated that their self-worth, their ego, there's healthy ego. There's nothing wrong with you treating yourself with worth and respect, but some women's ego, self-worth is so down, so they take trash. So auntie, please, I don't subscribe to that. I like respect in a relationship, okay? You people should stop encouraging weak men, men that are intimidated by successful women, men that will even be like the antagonists of their wives' growth, right? What those men need is not how women would then be reformed or amended to suit them. Rather, those men should be the one to be oriented, to be able to adapt. Okay, they need to be enlightened that actually you can survive with women that way. There's no law and there's no biology attached to it. A woman can be smarter than you, a woman can be richer than you. Just find a way to deal with it. Okay, you can. And it's not only financially that you can be relevant in a woman's life just because you've not learned otherwise. You can be the supporter of her dream. You can be the one that drove her. No, we don't mean the support where that patriarchal support where it means that okay, because you allowed her, you permitted her. It's not that type. You can be like in support, you're actively involved, you're encouraging her, you are stepping up, you're running around with her over her projects, you're the one driving her to the events and all that. At home, you're participating, you can clean, you can cook. She's going to find how she needs you, because that need is no longer financial, but there is a need. You are relevant in her life. So try to be relevant other than finance, so that you stop get nagging, okay? That's your intention men needs. Because at the end of the day, like I said, everybody should be with like minds, okay? Because that's another thing I should even point out. Um a lot of these women, they actually feel they don't have a choice. They actually feel that okay, that's the only way. What the reality they don't know is that women egalitarian relationships are happening. There are feminist women, there are egalitarian unions where they are having partnership and where their men are cooking and cleaning because those women have demanded it. Then another fact about it is that those women are actually coming from a surrender position. They mentally feel they cannot negotiate these things. They mentally feel that they can't get otherwise. So that is why they subscribe to it. Let me explain why they think is better. So they will grow up seeing their mothers. They know that okay, what the reason why they are choosing it, right, is because they know that if they provide, like they see their grandmothers, their mothers do the same thing. Even if they provide, especially because some of them, sorry to say, they do have irresponsible men, right? So even if they provide, right, that structure has been there, that even if a woman is providing, doing the so-called male's role, this men have never agreed, like they've never negotiated it, that men are going to get involved. Though modern women have started demanding, but from women in the past and all those pick me women and all that, and the ones that are still promoting it, whether they are working or not, the man is always going to cross his leg and wait for his wife to serve him dinner. So that's why these women, that because they cannot negotiate this, right? They now realize that, okay, let them be a stay-at-home wife instead, and then do not call it to be taken care of. Mm. I don't understand how I'm not being taken care of. I don't understand when that work, when that taking care of is just financial, and it still means I'm going to cook, I'm going to clean. I'm still doing work. So what if it's a situation where I can be on my system? I am also working, or I'm even resting because I just came back from a conference. And you are, maybe you are stronger that day as my partner. You're the one that went to the kitchen to cook. Well, there are women that are having it, and I'm sorry. I was going to even be single before I started seeing that, okay, some women are even having it, and that's when I knew that it was possible. It is not something I'm negotiating, because you people are actually coming from a mental standpoint, where you are, I'm sorry to say, it's like they've become damaged, sadly, mentally, that they feel that this marriage of 18 is a favor. They feel that, because I have to say, it is from a mental, it's a mental issue, because the fact that I have to say it, you not see it that way yourself. Are men also going to stay on their own? Don't they also need you? So why do you think it's only them that should call the shot? Why are you so low and such a pick me? So excuse me, because I also have a career. I have a career. I'm not forfeiting having a life. I'm not negotiating it. I can have a balance. And if I'm not going to have the balance, being single is better. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be that 70-year-old granny that is still cooking for her man, that is still stressing. The man cannot also go and do it. I don't want a domestic liability. Men can boldly say they don't want financial liability, but it's women that can't say so. Excuse me, excuse me. Sorry for you. Sorry for you that you are so damaged and at that low point, mentally, that you think they are doing you a favor such that you can't negotiate. I'm sorry. My career is also important. I have a life to also build. I have a name to make in time. I'm not negotiating it. Alright, if you don't want, then stay on your own. Let me be single. So in the comment section of these TikTok videos, I got into a conversation with Anais, and I promised to give her a shout out in this video, and she was one of the motivations to complete this video because I am busy at this time. Because I laugh at you ladies, because it's also risky, right? I saw a trend on Facebook one time. I was in the comment section. I was there, and they're talking about divorce, and most of the women that have it harder are stay-at-home wives and moms that were divorced, as in their men rejected them, divorced them, and that is where it gets interesting. Also, they can divorce you. Remember that I should laugh, because you people put it to throw shade. You people put it to claim that your option is better. So that's why I will shoot shade in this situation and not sympathize. Mm? Because what is their interest? Like, that's what I'm saying. So you're not having a career. It's risky. It's risky that the man can divorce you. It's risky that the man can die. It's risky that he can even be alive and become incapacitated. What if he loses his limbs, he loses his eyes such that he can't walk? And is that safe for your family as a whole, that you guys will be too adult and you're only relying on somebody? Because that is another thing. It's all about you women not trying to be adults. You're talking of a soft life. Is it men that don't deserve soft life? Most of the men that are subscribing to that, they have ulterior motive. They're actually hiding under an insecurity. They can't stand a woman. They don't know another formula. They don't know how to relate with a powerful woman. So that is why they are trying to be secure in that kind of setting where they can order you around, where they are responding to some trauma. Like most men, they want to go out of the world and be treated like crap. Their boss should order them around, but they want to always return home to have somebody that they can pick on, they can get back on. So you are that haven, that place to cater for that insecurity, because you are the individual that doesn't have words. So please excuse me. Most of you don't want to be adults, okay? Because I don't understand an adult trying to say they don't want to do anything or all that. Whereas you would have to do it if you are divorced. If the man is late, you would still have to do it. So you're just trying to neglect it. And that's what I have issue with. Why are you so selfish? Is it a man too? Is it men too that don't deserve to have soft life? Because the soft life of a teen is something I even advocate for. The people that do the most strenuous jobs, they are not the richest. It's people that find a softer, smarter way and softer way to make this money legally. Okay, legally they are the ones having it, making a lot of that money. So excuse me, why shouldn't I want that for myself? Because you don't want to be adult, because everything that comes with it too, it comes with the disrespect, it comes with someone ordering you around, and that's what you do when you're in a relationship with your child. But that's what you people want. You want to be like dependent. Your man, what your man will be picturing you as is, oh, another financial liability on me. If the building of this roof is on fire now, you are not a fellow partner now that we can think of how to fix it. You are the one that have to order around and shout at, or can't pick my clothes. And when I'm thinking of making a decision, no, I can't bring you into the picture. You are just my dependent. Oh, excuse me, really? Excuse me, I don't want your life. I will demand that my man gets involved, right? Because I also have a life to build. And another thing again is that this career of 18, men get to retire, but you never retire. You'll be 70 years old, you'll be celebrating 50 years of marriage, 70 years of marriage. You've not been relieved of your domestic liability. You still be doing cooking and serving that man. It never stops. Yeah, it's left for you. I don't want your life. So be deceiving yourself that you're having soft life just because you don't put value on your cooking and cleaning. My cooking is expensive. Oh. My cleaning is expensive. Childbirth, very expensive. Labor, conception, pregnancy, my own is very expensive. Even though the latter self that is natural doesn't still mean it's not the the banner of womanhood. It's still work. It's still chores. It's still expensive work. That is how I treat it. I'm doing a lot. Okay, if I cook and clean and wash and do anything, it's a big deal. It's not me having soft life or having it better, or no, I like nothing in return. So please excuse me. And then there's another one they like to promote. They're trying to say maybe in the long run you're going to regret having a career, especially maybe if it made you not to miss out from your child's life. But anytime they are saying that, they are only promoting it, the narrative that is a woman that misses out from her child's life. But men are also absent. Is it men that don't need to spend time with their children? Do you think that children don't need to benefit from their parent and from their dads? There's not one or two things they're supposed to learn. It's always women that are regretting from spending time in their child's life. There should be a balance. Don't make it sexist. Men should also be involved in their child's life if that's where you want to go to. But anyway, this video is not on that. Maybe that will be a different topic about missing out in child's life. Justifying, okay, staying at home so you don't miss out in child's life. So it's men that are supposed to miss out in their child's life, right? And another thing about it again is that in the long run, some of them still begin to pick side hustles to do. Because what you see it being like is because they feel they cannot negotiate. And then even if they want to work, they'll start looking for the one that will not affect their duties, their bias duties, where they subscribe to male privilege because they are so vulnerable and pick me's. Men are doing them a favor. So because it's still funny at the end of the day, some of them they will start looking for side hustle, the one that they can still cope with, or they'll start looking for teaching jobs where they can close early, or they'll open a store in their house, they open a kiosk in front of their house so they can be selling from home so that they will still be able to, clean and cook because their men will never do it because their worth is so down. Men are doing them a privilege to be in a relationship with them. That is why they can't call the shot, so they can't negotiate. Auntie, that's left for you. If I cook and clean, my cooking is expensive, my cleaning is expensive, and if I do child labor, it's not the glory of womanhood. It's also a job that I am doing. I put worth on it, I put value on it, okay? So excuse me, at the end of the day, it's left for you women. I am treating a series on addressing this feminine energy, masculine energy, femininity, showing the healthy side of it when it is right and wrong, just putting it straight. So you want to subscribe, and if it's already out, make sure you watch it. Okay, Felicia here for women's empowerment. Okay, see you in the next. I'm out. Let me know what you think in the comment section.